ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Emotional damage.
Guess who?
Who is this?
My name is Jeff.
What are you doing, Steph?
You are part of the Rebel Alliance and
Get out! Get the fuck out!
You can't handle the truth.
dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.
Hello?
Oh my God.
Hey,
I'm off the deep
you ever been in love?
Daddy!
You were in love.
I love you.
And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon.
Come on. Come on. Hi there. Still Help Show, Saturday. Every year. With Hailey. How you guys doing? Let's see. This guy Hailey.
Hello.
When we tested the mic, it was picking up the phone. Guys, let me know in chat if you can't hear her, but I'm pretty sure she's doing fine. So, what's going on? It's 11 o'clock at night. Do you know where your children are? I do. Mine are here with me. And this is a little time. Yeah. So I asked her if she'd come on and let me interview her. And she said, yeah. She didn't really ask, like, what are you going to ask me about, or what this for, or is this going to be live, or is this going to be like, going to be on here? I'm going to be arguing with John, not understanding his sense of humor. And she's just like, sure. Yeah. Yeah. So, look at this guy. So, this couch. That's goofy. So, what I wanted to interview you about is a little bit of everything. So, I was looking back on when we started streaming, which was March 8th, I believe, 2021. A while ago. Dad's now doing 370 followers on Twitch. Viewership across all platforms is about 250 percent. So there'll be a lot of engagement in chat, but I don't engage chat, so it makes sense why people don't engage it. I don't really keep it up to people. So because I'm self-aware, narcissism is overused these days. But, everything. Why do you do that? What is the word mean? I don't know if they can hear you do that. You want to be special, is what she said. It's being funny. Funny's okay. So, here's some questions. Are you ready? How old are you? What is that song by You would like? Edge of 17? Edge of 17? Yeah. Now you're like on the edge of 18. You just turned 17 last week. Sweet. What does it feel like? Mm. Okay. Getting picked up here. Hello, test, test. Yeah, I'm coming all right, but you're coming. Put a live mic on you, or I can turn it closer, or talk louder. No. Why do you talk higher? Okay. Okay, it's fine if he does. Mm. 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 Yeah. Mm. What are you passionate about?
Oh, okay. So when you're pissed off. Let me try the Rode mic a little bit here. Let's see if that helps out.
Do you want me to talk to you?
Yeah, say something.
Hello, hello.
All right, that's coming through just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably a little bit much.
Are they in?
Hey, what's going on? What's happening? Welcome to the machine.
Whoa, Pink Floyd.
Yeah. All right, I think we've got better levels on you. To give me a test 1 2 1 2.
Test 1 2 1 2.
Okay, yeah, much better. Okay, so
I'm a little bit closer now too.
you all might be asking yourselves, why is it after 11 o'clock at night and that's when people are showing up to your house? That's because those children over there are technically adults.
Soon I'll be 2.
You will be. So when you were born, I fell in love with you immediately.
Oh.
I did.
Oedipus?
And
I don't know why I said that. I'm so sorry.
having,
I don't know. I'm so sorry.
Having not been there when Kelsey was born, you were my first, like, my first daughter.
That is true.
Right? And I thought I just wanted to have boys, and so did your mom. But then as soon as you came along, I said, oh, my heart. My heart. It's like Hunter taught me how to be a dad, and I think you taught me more how to be a man. Ooh, yeah.
Poetry.
It takes some growing up, you know. It becomes very serious when you have a daughter. You become very protective. Trying to find a balance between that being protective and giving you freedom is always a challenge. But what I've discovered so far is that you seem to have a really good head on your shoulder. That's a good thing. Shoulders. And even if I don't see you every weekend because you come up with excuses not to hang out with me, I mean, sometimes you get busy and you have other things to do. I'm always impressed when we catch up because it's like you volunteer examples of life situations and how you handle it, and it's like you're giving me a report card without me even having to ask, and I appreciate that because I think you're very thoughtful. Who are these ginormous people? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, kids?
He's really tall.
He is really tall. He looks like a Sasquatch. So I appreciate that you kind of give me a report card. You're kind of like, let me give you some scenarios. Here's a scenario. Here's how I handled it. I'm like, awesome. Like,
Yeah. I feel like I always have a lot going on, so I can always tell you stuff.
I appreciate that you feel comfortable enough to volunteer and just kind of like, here we go. Good, bad, or ugly, I'm not sure, but here's what happened and here's what I did and here's how I think about it. And I'm always like, so proud of you. So proud of you. Growing up too quick, but I'd rather know that you can go out into the wilderness as you need to, and you'll at least be one less child that I'll be concerned about who is going to need a parachute or a safety net. Don't get me wrong, I'll be your parachute and your safety net forever until I'm dead. So, but I feel like aside from a little bit of encouragement here and there to know that you're doing the right thing, I have a feeling you're going to probably do it better than I did for sure. So that's a good thing.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about yourself. Well, you know what? This is what I wanted to do. I was reading a article about questions that you should ask your daughter. So I thought I would just follow along and ask them, because apparently at fathers.com, no sponsorship, they have sorted this out. And they figured out, like, what are the important things that daughters need from their dads. Believe it or not, y'all don't come with an instruction manual. So these are good things to know.
Don't ask anything too cheesy.
It might be cheesy. So just a quick synopsis, and then I'll hit these basic questions. It says, first, daughters desired a daily review. They wanted to be asked questions like, this is a survey of young women, young girls, to find out what they really wanted from their dad. Like, what happened at school today? What are your favorite and least favorite things going on right now? What are your friends up to today? What's frustrating for you right now? Daughters feel cared for when their dads make an effort to connect to their everyday world. One young lady added, after asking how my day went, it helps if he maintains eye contact and waits for me to answer. Does that seem fair?
Yeah.
Yeah, is it pretty accurate?
Yeah.
It's the first thing I ask when I pick you guys up, which is different now because you drive them. So, but if you're busy, I drive them. But it's the same thing I've always asked. Tell me about your week. What's been going on? What's happening at school? Tell me. Second, daughters wanted their dads to ask specific questions about the boys or young men in their lives. Like, how old is the guy you want to go out with? How are guys treating you at school? Are you being pressured sexually by anybody? How's your love life or lack of love life? One daughter elaborated, Dad kind of assumes everything is well, and he rarely asks questions about guy friends. It's probably because most dads get uncomfortable about that talk, like the romance talk.
Do you get uncomfortable?
Not at all.
Oh, okay.
Do you think I get uncomfortable?
No.
Nothing shocks me. Third, daughters hoped their dads would ask questions which had emotional implications. These included questions like, do you know how much I love you? How are you doing lately as far as emotional stuff? Are you upset about anything? How are you feeling? These questions suggest that dad should be able to emotionally track with his daughter. Lastly, ask questions related to their future and their faith. We talked about your future, didn't we?
We did.
Daughters wanted their dads to ask them, what are your goals? What are you thinking about your future? How is your spiritual life, your quiet times, and your relationship with God? One girl commented, I like it when my dad digs deep and asks me specific questions about faith and my future. Dads, you may not be at a point where you can start asking your daughters these type of questions. If you aren't, spend more time with her and start with some simple questions I've listed below until deeper questions are more appropriate. It's amazing some of the things that will commit to memory, like key stats for sports teams and lyrics of an old song or words of a famous leader. But how many of us can answer even simple questions about our children who are important to us, as anything in our lives? So I wonder if I'm supposed to be able to answer these questions, but I wonder. Well, here's the questions. Number one is, who is your all-time hero?
I always hate getting asked this question.
Yeah, I always did too. I never had a hero except for my dad.
Yeah, it's like
I'm not telling you that, so you say your dad. You know what I mean?
everybody's a little disappointing.
Mm.
I don't know.
So you wouldn't say you hold on to one?
No.
That's fair. I would have guessed that. Because I can't think of anybody that you've idolized.
Yeah.
Maybe Winona Ryder.
Hey, Dad.
I do like Winona Ryder.
Do you know where like a pipe might be, or like someone could roll a blunt? We don't have anything to smoke the grass out of.
I'm like a little, and yeah, I'm literally streaming. Oh, just right back there. Little woodwind. Questions to ask your son. You guys getting high? All right. What is your most prized possession?
I have an answer for that.
Go.
I have a box, and it has Betty Boop on it and a bunch of stickers, and it's just full of just like things that like I've created memories with. Like there's a lot of pictures in there from anybody I've been friends with, any relationship. It's like even if the relationship ended, it's still a part of my life. You know, it's still something that happened to me, and I like that I can look back on it and I can add more things to it constantly. So I really like that box. So.
What do you envision doing with that box for the rest of your life?
I remember, like, whenever Mom would show me pictures of her from her adolescence, I thought it was really cool, and I like to see how she was whenever she was younger.
Yeah.
So I like to show my kids that I was cool as a teenager. I'm not really cool.
You were human too.
Yeah.
Son, what are you looking for?
I wasn't always Mom or something.
What do you need?
Nothing. We're looking for duct tape because James thinks he needs a practice thing.
It seemed random. Looking for duct tape. So you're going to use your little treasure box as a way to show your kids that you were once human too?
Yep.
That's cool. I like that. What is your favorite meal?
Cereal. I really like cereal. It's the only thing that doesn't make me feel gross. And, like, I don't know. It's like...
I got you Captain Crunch and Crunch Berries and fresh milk.
Like, I feel like you always have to be in a certain mood for, like, foods, you know, for, like, certain foods. But I can always have cereal. I don't know.
There was a long period of time where I was eating, like, Frosted Flakes just, like, twice a day. It was, just make me happy. Like, it tastes good. It's crunchy, it's sweet, and it's cold, it's got all the sensations that I would need to feel satisfied, and then it's satisfying too.
Yeah.
I get you. Who's your best friend?
Iris.
Tell me about Iris.
Yeah, I'll tell you about Iris. But also, there's like Ollie and Eli.
So, they could be like co-best friends.
I don't know. I love all of them. They're amazing.
It doesn't mean you love them less. It's just like if I think it's your reaction. If you say who's your best, then Iris. There you go. I would probably agree that she's the best. It doesn't mean that the other ones are less than great, though.
Yeah. I love Iris.
Why?
Well, we've been friends since freshman year.
What grade are you in now?
Senior.
Yeah,
Yeah, so all of high school.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, there was never that awkward stage with her. Whenever you like first become friends with someone, and like you don't know what to say, and
Yeah.
it's like always like a little weird.
Hmm.
I never really felt that with her. I feel like I could literally tell her everything, and she didn't care, kind of thing.
Right.
I like when people just listen to me and they don't have an opinion, and she could do that, and I like that. But then also when I need an opinion, and I want someone to be angry with me, she'll be angry with me. You know?
That's funny.
Yeah. I don't know. She's just so fun, and she's never made me angry. I don't think that there's been a time where I'm like, oh, Irish is so freaking annoying. You know? I love Irish to death.
I can think of a couple of occasions if you want me to.
Oh, well, probably two. Like two.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's about it though.
Yeah.
I think
it's like
2 times. And do you remember why?
She was always happy, and I wasn't.
Always happy. Yeah, her disposition is too positive.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's always happy. Why can't she be sad with me? And then there was actually one other time that it was the opposite of that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
Yeah, she was grumpy for no reason that you can discover, and then she was like snapping at you. She was like correcting you. She was.
Oh yeah.
She was being a little salty for whatever her reason for being salty was, and then she was like, yeah. And you were like, why are you being like that? I said, well, sometimes people just get grumpy.
Mm-hmm.
It happens. Not to call you out, but we don't want everyone to think Iris is perfect. I mean, she's pretty amazing, but she's a sweetheart. She really is. Like she's a good best friend. Like she's got a good disposition. She's caring, but she's not manipulative. She's not battling a bunch of pathologies that make you have to watch out for what she's trying to accomplish. Come on, come back, monitor.
Is it still alive? Even though it's like.
Yeah, it's just the monitors giving me some shit. Come on. Come on. Why does it have to decide? You guys can't see this, just me. But the monitor keeps flashing off. And it's really pissing me off. Come on. Come back. Wow. I've never had a technical difficulty. Stand by. So strange. Come on. Whoa. I don't like that. Oh. I'm breaking stuff. No. All right. Suddenly I'm like clicking around trying to get my monitor to come back on, and I'm like sending a tweet to somebody, trying to format a disk drive on my computer. Like, what the hell? All right. Come back for just a second. Okay.
Is this on Twitch?
Yeah. And Facebook. And something else. YouTubes. The YouTubes.
My eyeball hurts.
Twitch.tv/Jeffrey Sinatra.
Is Jeffrey Sinatra one word?
Yeah. But yeah, I think you can just type in Geoffrey with a G and then Sinatra. It can be 2 words. It'll pull up. All right. So now that I moved the window over to my third monitor, my second monitor, or my first monitor is working again. Whatever. Oh, now I lost my questions.
Just look it up on that monitor.
It's so smooth. So smooth. Okay. So best friend, we got best friend down. If you had $200 to spend, what would you buy?
That's a good question. Can I put it into savings?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm like reaching my young adult thing, ending at adolescence. So I'm like planning for that.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to save it.
You would save it.
Yeah, my first apartment, or for my car.
It's responsible.
Yeah.
How the hell did you become responsible?
I think I always have been. I have always been so freaking lame.
So lame?
Yeah. Like,
How so?
I don't know. Especially in like middle school, I was a big goody two shoes, and like I don't know.
You have always had this sense of right and wrong, and caution over everything. And rules exist for a reason, and we're supposed to follow them.
Yeah.
I know. I told you since you were a little kid, you were like the angel on my shoulder, going, "Really, Father?"
That's because I'm a Virgo.
Oh.
Sun and moon.
Tell me what that means.
I don't know. It just means that
No, you do. You've explained it to me.
I have.
Uh-huh. So what are Virgo characteristics?
They're so lame.
They're lame.
They're like organized. I'm not organized. Well, like okay. Physically, no. But I organize things in my head.
Yeah.
In, like a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And like, let's look it up.
It's like you're orderly. You expect certain outcomes because you plan. You're a planner.
Yes, and I really am. I remember when I was like whenever I was I'm looking it up right now. But yeah, you can do that. Whenever I was doing my shadowing at the school, I was like being really stressed out because I didn't know the layout of the school, and I really wanted to like go to the school beforehand and just look around, so I knew what to do as soon as I got there, so that I could plan everything out in my head. But I couldn't.
Yeah.
It stressed me out so bad.
Yeah.
I was like crying the night before.
So you visualize things in advance? Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Me too. Virgo females are hardworking and self-motivated to achieve their life goals. Sounds like it. I gave you $200 and you're putting it in savings. A Virgo woman born between 3rd September 22nd is known for being a beauty with brain. Our post brings more insight into the Virgo female traits for you to know her better to get along well. She is a committed person who looks for perfection in her work. Perfectionist.
Not at school. Not at school.
She may come across as shy, but she has a strong character and is loyal and sensible. Her ambition, passion, and commitment to working better each day make her a workaholic as well. The planet Mercury rules this earth sign, so she is well organized and practical too. Can she become a good friend or partner for you? Plunge into this post and we'll bring you interesting details about her. So here's some traits. Hardworking. One of the most prominent qualities in a Virgo woman is her hard work. Doesn't matter if she's at work or male, she'll give her best at any activity she's involved in to make sure it's complete. Yes? Agree, disagree? Your
at
answer,
work?
Your answer doesn't have to be perfect, so don't overthink it.
Okay, no, listen. You're so stupid. No, like, it's different. Because at school, I hate school with a strong passion.
Right.
And I want to give up and just stop.
Right.
But at work, I put like 110%, and then I stop and think, I'm getting paid minimum wage for this. I don't need to be like this stressed out.
Right. Oh,
being perfect.
that's the sensible part. You're sensible then.
Yeah.
You're like, I want to give it all my all, but for whatever.
Yeah.
How much is minimum wage?
13.
For $13 an hour, I don't need to kill myself.
Yeah.
Number 2, she is self-motivated. She believes in working towards achieving her aim by making things happen. Her ambition motivates her to be focused on her goals.
I told you my whole plan for my future.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Yeah.
She works tirelessly. When a Virgo woman finds her passion, she immerses herself completely into it. Such is her zeal that she may not know when to stop. She gives her all to the work that she loves doing. She is creative. A creative soul, a Virgo woman, keeps looking for outlets to showcase her creativity. She can pursue her creative projects as fervently as she does her work. If she's passionate about creative pursuits, she'll make time from a busy schedule to fulfill her hobby. Do you have any creative hobbies right now?
Yes. Music has always been a huge hobby.
Mm-hmm.
You know that.
Yep.
Huge fan of music. And reading. Is that creative? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. People always think that I'm like an art kid that like paints and draws, and I have to tell people like no. I'm horrible at drawing. I'm not capable of it. But they always assume that I am.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. My vibe.
Yes. What is it about your vibe?
I don't know.
Boho.
I do dress like I live in the woods.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Yes. So you got this crunchy granola, Birkenstocks, you have one too many cats sort of vibe. Not that you're like a crazy cat lady, but just, maybe one more cat than you need. Therefore, yeah, probably do macrame and decoupage and all that other crap. I don't even know what that is.
I went into this little witchy store downtown yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I wanted everything in there.
Like
it was
what?
Amazing. They had a crap ton of herbs, and I wanted them all, but it was expensive.
Didn't we get you herbs?
I got hidden herbs.
Oh, okay. She pays no heed to gossip.
What does that mean?
Like you don't give a lot of credibility to gossip.
Yeah, I mean, I like to form my own opinion. Like, Riley, heard a lot of crap about him.
Who's
but
Riley?
I love him to death.
Who's Riley?
My boyfriend.
Oh my gosh.
He's watching right now, actually.
He's dreamy.
He is.
Yeah. Yeah, he's tall. He's got long hair. His hair's a little unruly. But, if you love it, then you love it.
Yeah.
If he was my bitch, I'd make him cut his hair, but...
No. I would cry if he ever cut his hair.
What?
No, I love his hair. I love long hair. I think he has beautiful hair. I love it.
As long as it doesn't look like dreadlocks.
I like dreadlocks. I don't think that they look bad.
So cute. What color eyes does he have?
Gray.
Gray eyes. How tall is he?
6'3".
Bigger
He's
than Dad.
almost a foot taller than me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a hell of a man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make your heart go pitter pat. I like it when you tell me you're like, having a relationship is different than I expected. And you're like we hang out and we just chill, we're buds, we talk and we goof off and we're quiet. It doesn't matter. Whatever we do, and I thought the romance part was all of it or something. I didn't realize it's not all of it. It's just something special. And I'm like, yeah, you should be buds. You should be hanging out. You should want to spend time with each other. That's what makes a partner. The romance part is the part that is special between you. It's the thing that bonds you together. You don't play kissy face with every human being in the world. So that's something unique that you share that bonds you together. But then outside of that, I mean, once you get past your first month or two, then you're not just playing. You're not just making out all the time. You do stuff. I see you guys riding skateboards or it's cute. I enjoy the fact that you guys enjoy each other's company.
Me too. It would suck if we didn't.
Right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people. There are a lot of people who have relationships where they fight because they're not really compatible. But maybe they grew up with parents who modeled that behavior. Maybe they think that they're supposed to be contention all the time, and a lot of people like to fight and then make up, and then fight and make up, and the romance comes when they make up, and they think that that's enough. But truth is, it gets exhausting. You see, you have any couple friends who bicker and fight all the time, and you're always like, why are you even together?
I felt that way with like every relationship Iris Iceland was in.
Ah, okay. Yeah. So yeah, you have a once friend who needed drama constantly, and some people are wired that way. You're anti-drama.
I mean, I try to be. I can talk shit. I do sometimes. I think everybody does.
We're human.
Yeah. I can be a little mean sometimes.
Yeah, you can be petty and cruel. That's good.
Yeah, I am quite petty.
But you don't need the constant drama.
Yeah.
You actually, we were talking earlier tonight, and you were like, there's certain personality types that need that, and you're like, can we just be quiet, please? Like, let's not have drama just because you're bored. So I get that. I'm the same way. I'm not wired for drama. I'm conditioned to handle it, but I'd rather just be chill. Yeah. I'm excited. They're actually playing the stereo in that bedroom. Hunter has the boys over, and I have a really nice stereo in there with really expensive bookshelf speakers. And I'm always like, Hunter, it's Bluetooth, dude. You can play it anytime. It's like, no, I like my headphones.
I like listening music out loud.
Yeah, same. It's much better.
Yeah.
Headphones are good for certain things. Yeah, some ambient stuff. Sometimes Pink Floyd. Some stuff if you want to hear those layers. But
I don't know.
I thought I'd be excited that they're playing music too loud in the house. Yes. It's not just me. I'm always the one playing music too loud. All right, let's see. Another Virgo trait for you is she is smart. A Virgo lady is blessed with an analytical brain. She is meticulous. Let's see. She has incredible organizational skills. For her, everything can be segregated into certain categories that can be arranged in an orderly manner, even if it's mentally.
Yeah. So, like, again, it is just mental.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm more emotionally smart than intellectually.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I've always been very okay at everything,
There's
math and reading.
There's a difference between intellect, intelligence, and smart. Like, they're similar, but it has to do with trait openness, and which is like how much curiosity. Intellectuals are curious and they're open to new experiences. They crave new ideas. You can be intelligent, which means that you can understand, for the most part, interact with and process what's going on in the world around you, both physically and then emotionally. Is how do you contend with people, which is 80% of life. So you are smart, and that's a fact. I've always told you that. Your issue is that you grew up with two like idiot savants. Like Hunter and Hannah both have something in their brain that makes everything effortless, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Hannah has to make things complicated for herself because they're actually not. So both of them like learn a new concept, and they're like, okay, it's memorized forever. I get it. And you're like, you have to learn. But it makes me wonder if they actually had if they were forced to have to learn something, which means they couldn't pick it up just by looking at it, they couldn't understand it just by it being familiar, I wonder if they have the same capacity to learn that you do. And people who know how to learn will learn throughout their whole life. It's a true story. I got by based on my memory, and like them, I mean, they came about their idiot, savant, their retarded genius from their dad, where everything made sense to me and everything connected and I could memorize it, and it took no effort until I got into college and I had to learn a subject that I knew nothing about. Like if a subject built upon it, if there's a connection somewhere, I can connect things all day long. Like, you want to teach me about, ancient Egypt, start when I'm in kindergarten, and if something about Egypt happens when I'm 40, I'm still connecting those dots. It makes sense to me. Give me a brand new subject that I know nothing about, and there's nothing for me to compare it to. Now you're like, oh, now I have to learn something that's completely foreign. And that happened my freshman year of college. Anthropology. I didn't know shit about how to characterize the skeletons and bone patterns of, monkeys and humanoids and whatnot. Like,
I have a general idea of
I had
that.
no idea. They were like, well, this one has a 3221 dental code. I'm like, what does that mean? Like, 3 molars, 2 bicuspids, like whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, what does that have to do with the damn thing? Well, Australopithecus afarensis has this dental code, and they don't, but then they back up, like, this damn thing has this dental code, which means they had sharp teeth, apparently, as well as a prehensile tail. I'm like, oh, that sounds different. They can grab onto things. But yeah, classifying. I remember I had to learn that stuff, and it was the first time I was humbled, because I remember I went in and they gave me a quiz, and I thought just paying attention in class was enough. And then I took the quiz and I failed it, and I was like, I can't believe I can't guess my way out of it. Because if I guess right, then I'll remember it.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell you why I picked the answers I did. Oh no. So you're gonna be just fine. You're a smart person. Virgo, do you seek perfection?
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my gosh, I just realized how big of a problem it is.
Okay.
Because I love music and I love playing piano, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then if I would try to learn a new piece and I couldn't get it right away, I would get so angry. And then I would try again, but then every time I would just get more and more pissed off. So then eventually playing piano just made me angry all the time. So I had to stop playing it for quite some time.
Really?
And I felt that way with guitar too. I could not pick up a guitar, and whenever I tried to play any instrument, I felt like I picked it up pretty fast. It's like I learned how to read sheet music in 2 days.
Yeah, I bought you a violin, and then you were in orchestra.
Yeah.
I think you were in orchestra before you had a violin, and then you had a performance. And I'm like, what?
But so for some reason, once I had my guitar, and I couldn't get it. I just couldn't. I don't know what it was. I couldn't play the guitar, and it made me feel so crap. It did not make me feel good, because I was so used to being good at something.
You've been able to pick it up and just go with it.
Yeah, because I sat here on the couch for 2 hours just learning how to play the ukulele, and then once I got those 4 main chords down, I could play any song I wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I couldn't do that with the guitar. I don't know.
It's like something about that stretching your hand, and now you get your pinky involved, and it's yeah. That's why I got you the 3/4 parlor guitar.
Now my G-string is gone.
Your underwear?
No, on the guitar. I don't know where it went.
I think I have more strings for it here.
Oh, okay.
I'll take a look. It's probably on the kitchen table in the pile of shit. It's for storage. I never expected to eat on it. She can be fussy.
Oh, I thought that you were just saying that, like, as a fact about me.
Yeah, I know.
You fussy Hailey.
It's also a fact about Virgos. She can be fussy. Is that true or not?
See, like, all of this stuff is, like, about being a perfectionist, which is why I hate being a Virgo.
Yeah, because
like, sometimes it is true. It is. But it's boring. You know, like, Geminis
I'm like a world traveler and adventurer, right? The Sagittarius is like world traveler, adventurer, center of attention, leader. Yeah. You're like, why can't I be like something like that?
Yeah, and like, I love, like, Geminis because they're insane. And they're, like, two-faced, and, like, they're dramatic. And, like, I like people like that. But I don't want to be a perfectionist.
Well, if you were a Gemini, well, you wouldn't know what it felt like otherwise.
Yeah.
I mean, I've dated some Geminis. They could be a challenge.
Always a Gemini.
But at least you know they're bipolar, like right out of the gate. So you don't have to ask them what medications they're on. Virgo female, she's self-reliant.
I told you how people disappoint me. That's why I don't have a hero.
Mm-hmm.
But then also for, like, a long time, I told myself, I'm never going to get married. I want to be on my own, and I'm going to be a successful woman.
Mm-hmm.
And then now I'm like, if I get married, I want to be the breadwinner. I want to be in charge. I don't know.
I think that'll work with Riley. I think he's okay with that. If he's the one, I think he's like, yeah, okay, mama, whatever you want. So it looks like you picked the right person. She's a problem solver. True? Not true.
I think so. I mean, I try to be. I don't know. I don't want to, like, create problems.
You know, but just by learning how to navigate situations in order to avoid problems, that's also being a problem solver. You're just being preemptive.
I was telling you stories about this.
Tell me.
Earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Get ahead of it. She is caring. If a Virgo woman loves you, be rest assured as you will never fall short of affection. She showers love for those who are close to her. She's extremely caring and giving as a person, and she also expects to be loved and cared for in return.
Yeah. I mean, I try to be caring.
You're like, sometimes I'm cold, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, fuck your feelings. I'm not done telling you what you need to hear. Stop crying. I'll tell you.
What if I'm, like, actually just agreeing with all of this stuff because I'm like, I'm a Virgo, so this all must be right. So I'm just, like, subconsciously like, yeah,
You
this
could
is
be.
all true.
You could be. But I'm telling you whether I agree based on my 17 years of experience with you also.
Okay.
She's loyal. There would not be trust issues when dealing with a Virgo woman because she's a loyal person. She values honesty in a relationship, prefers the real deal, and knows the importance of truthfulness in a long-term relationship.
You would have to ask Riley about this.
Yeah.
I mean,
You don't think you're loyal and honest?
No, I am loyal.
Mm-hmm.
I would never do something to make someone not trust me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been told that I'm very blunt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Number 13, she speaks her mind.
I just told you.
Yeah. Extremely critical. A Virgo female has a strong opinion and she does not refrain from voicing it when needed. That's being blunt. That's 100% being blunt. That was literally the next one. She's not afraid of having different views from others. She's knowledgeable and can support her opinion.
Yeah.
Agree?
Feminism.
It's not about feminism.
No, but like, I'm a feminist.
You think you are?
What? What do you mean?
You think you are?
I am.
You're a female. I don't know what feminist means. You want
I support
elevating
women's rights, and I would fight for them.
Women have rights. Women have all the same rights as men do.
Okay.
For 100 years, even the vote.
No.
You know they didn't want the vote?
Do you know the Equal Rights Amendment?
You know that the women didn't want the vote?
Yes, okay, no, like, listen to me. You know the Equal Rights Amendment?
Yes.
You were a child during whenever it was a huge thing, which is during the 70s, right? I learned about this. I think it's crazy that, okay, sorry, I'm getting very angry for no reason.
Just because a legislature spells something out.
Yes, we still have the right to vote.
It doesn't mean.
But I feel like there's so many more differences. So like socially, it's like I will never be treated the same as a man.
You shouldn't be.
I will always be a woman.
Yes, and you should always be a woman.
And people will say the wage gap doesn't exist, but it's still a thing.
How's it a thing?
A woman gets paid 79 cents to $1, which the Equal Right Amendment would have fixed that. So then, like, they would get paid the same, but they did not pass it.
Tell me, in what industry does a woman with the same experience and education and length of time doing a job, which is the experience, right, where women get paid less than men? You have to compare those things. Are you in the workforce for the same amount of time? Do you have the same education? Do you have the same experience? If you have the same experience doing the same work and you have the education, if those things are equal, that has to do with effort that somebody put into getting to that spot. There's literally no difference in pay. Actually, in a lot of industries, women are getting paid more. It's a myth. Now, do women in general, like in aggregate, if you take all women who've worked and all men who've worked, and then you make a comparison, do the men make more in general? Yes, but not for the same work. Like if you're competing for a job and you come up with the same level of education and experience, you're going to make the same amount of money, if not more. Where does the deficit come from? Do you know where?
No.
She hates me right now. The deficit comes from women tend to put their lives on hold when they decide that they want to have kids. And they'll willfully take themselves out of the workforce for 5 years or 10 years while they do that, because jobs are not the most fulfilling thing in the universe, I promise you. Having a family is pretty fucking amazing. And women are nurturers and mothers for a reason. I mean, you're way better at it. My God, men left to their own device, I think the human race would perish. But if women take themselves out of the workforce because they decide that they want more out of their life than a 9-to-5 job, they want to have a family with their husband or whatever their choice is, then when they come back into the workforce, yes, that's where your deficit happens, is because now you've given up that part of your life for your family. And not giving up, it's there's a small sacrifice, but it's not. Children and family aren't forced on people, but it's working women will, around early 30s, will often that clock will tick and they'll be like, what am I doing? They could be the most high-powered lawyer in a law firm and they could be killing it. And then if they decide to have a family, then they'll take themselves out of the workforce role. that's where the deficit comes from. It's not like doing the same work, because men and women don't usually do the same work. Like you don't see a lot of women who are bricklayers, or not a lot of women who are firefighters. Some you don't see a lot of women who are working construction on the side of the road. You know, like I don't know. I feel like that myth follows along to make people angry. Where anyway, fuck dad. Shut up, dad. Who you texting?
Your mom.
Mm-hmm. Your dad's being a misogynist. No, I don't hate women. I don't think women are the same as men. What do you think about Carrie Lake, the woman who's running for governor of Arizona?
I did research on her for a project. I don't remember. I don't remember anything.
She was on the news. She was a newscaster for like 20 years.
Mm.
She seems like a pretty tough chick. That's a woman who out-earns men in her profession, I guarantee you. And she had like 3 or 4 kids while she did it too. That was nuts. But I would just be a feminist for the right reason. Like, why would you want to be the same as a man? Men are fucking crazy. But if you want to make the same money as a man, then you just do the same work. It's honestly this country doesn't have those like big old gaps of like if a male kindergarten teacher and a female kindergarten teacher, do you think that the man's going to get paid more money? What do you think? No, because then school teachers don't get paid shit. You're both going to get no money to be a kindergarten teacher, or you're both going to get very little money. You want to be a teacher, right?
No.
Why not?
I told you I didn't like it.
What happened?
I don't know. I just didn't enjoy my time there.
You went and shadowed at an elementary school?
Huh?
You went and shadowed at an elementary school?
Yeah.
What grades?
3rd and 5th.
Which one was your favorite?
5th.
Why? What was good about 5th?
They weren't as annoying. You should go back to the questions.
I am. Are you a feminist? Yes. What would you like to do when you grow up?
I'd love to open up my own business. I think that'd be so freaking cool to open up my own bakery.
Yeah.
Amazing.
What kind of baked goods are you going to specialize in? Everything?
Yeah.
Just like traditional?
Yeah.
What would you call it?
No idea.
You got to make a business plan.
Yeah. I mean, I think once I actually get the certificate, then we'll figure it out from there.
You can't dream until you have the certificate?
Yeah, well, I mean, I want to take it one step at a time. I don't want to dream too big.
Bakery. That's cool. How are you going to get certified? What do you got to do?
To open up a business?
No, anyone can open a business, right?
Yeah.
What do you got to do in order to be a good baker?
Well, I'm going to go to school for it.
Okay.
I'm going to get my certificate that says she can cook.
Girl can cook.
Yep. So, that's the first plan.
Are you going to be on Good Eats? You going to be on Food Network?
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
Like, there used to be this, like, thing, I don't know what it's called, but it was, like, called DC Cupcakes, and it was about this, like, sisters who had this, like, bakery, and they made really freaking cool cupcakes.
Yeah.
And I want to do that.
What do you think about that local place, the Bunt Cake place?
Oh my god, it's so good.
They make a gluten-free bunt cake that's like
I know.
It's like
It's
the birthday.
so
It's a birthday cake one, and it's so moist and so.
I like the chocolate chip one.
They have multiple. Oh, I didn't know they had more than one.
There's a birthday cake one?
Yeah, that's the one that we always had to get.
I thought that we got the chocolate chip one.
Maybe it was chocolate chip.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So good. Smash.
Oh, it was. You're right. It was chocolate chip. That was it. Lisa was like, they only make it for like birthdays. Maybe that's what she said. That's like the birthday bun. Because I think it's free.
Well, it is free like on your birthday.
On your birthday, right?
And like.
And they only have one kind that is free on your birthday.
Yeah.
That was it.
And then I couldn't get it.
What?
When I turned 15 because I wasn't 18 yet. That's so stupid.
You have to be 18 to get a free cake? Oh. Lame. But something like that, specialized like that, that's dope.
Yeah.
Do one thing and do it really well. Like
I want to learn and make my own recipe for peach cobbler. I feel like that is such like a homey kind of thing that like anybody will eat.
Yeah, peach cobbler's good.
Yeah. Love peach cobbler.
How about apple pie?
I've never had apple pie.
Strange.
Yeah,
Well, not strange. You've had celiac since forever, so.
Yeah.
I guess you would, be limited. Peach cobbler is delicious. So good. What do you most like to do with me?
Beat you up. Violence. Oh, I don't know.
Kick your ass for squashing my feminist statements. Sorry. What do you most like to do with me?
Talking with you is chill. You make me angry a lot, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like right now?
Yeah.
You're angry over the feminist argument?
Yeah.
What if I'm right?
I know what it's like to be a woman.
What if I'm right? What's wrong with being a woman? I don't understand what's wrong with being a woman.
Yeah, well, you don't know because you're not a woman.
Okay. What's wrong with being a man?
It's like there has always been a difference where like men have always been in power, right?
Okay.
But then only like until the 1920s when women were finally allowed to have the right to vote, but that didn't fully get them like where we are now. I don't know.
When did women enter the workforce?
During World War II, that is when it became more common.
Yeah, World War I for sure, right? And then,
wait, was it World War One?
Yeah,
okay, yeah, sorry.
1914.
World War One, which is where that woman was.
Rosie the Riveter.
Yeah.
Because all the men were shipped off to Europe to die, so they needed people to run them.
Yeah, but then like even like after that, it's like it was still normal for women just to be at home, to be a housewife.
When were tampons and pads?
Tampons became more popular in the 70s, right? But there still wasn't the science behind them, showing the like health risks.
I think it was created in like sanitary, like really good sanitary stuff for women. I think it was invented in India. It was a doctor who wanted his wife to be able to have freedom, like, every day of the month if you wanted to, instead of like when you got your period, you had this, this horrible like spongy cloth diaper, and like leg straps. Like women were kind of relegated to being at home for a week every month. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that technology didn't even exist until 1950.
Yeah. But I know that tampons became more popular in the 70s.
70s, yeah. That gave more freedom, right? And then how about birth control pills?
Oh, I don't know about that.
They
suck anyways. Hate them.
That was like the next step to giving women freedom to not be pregnant all the time, right? Like, because if you're married and you're not on birth control, the odds of pregnancy are like 1 out of every 240 sexual acts will result in pregnancy, which means once a year you're getting pregnant, right? So birth control pill, that freed women up too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Women have only been in the workforce for like 40 years. at same level as men, like 40 years. We think it's like older than that, but it's not really that old. It's crazy. So a lot of that just had to do with what you were able to be supported with. Did you have the freedom based on your biology to go do whatever you wanted to do? Well, I don't think it was about anybody wanting to oppress anyone. It was just like your biology kind of determined what you did. But then all the inventions in the 20th century gave women the freedom to enter the workforce and school. I mean, more women graduate from college than men. Do you know that? Now, more women are actively enrolled than men. More women graduate than men. It's like a 60-40 split. It's like accelerating. Things are going better. Doesn't want to talk about this. Okay, what causes you to lose sleep?
I'm paranoid all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gonna forget to take your meds?
No,
I'm joking. It's a joke. What are you paranoid about?
Huh?
What are you paranoid about?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just scared of getting murdered.
Just random murders? So you don't want to listen to the serial killer podcast when you're going to bed?
No.
Not good?
Riley does that. He's crazy. He's a little crime freak.
Me too. This is weird, right? I always thought like true crime fascination was like a boy thing, like I don't know why, like boys want crime stories, but I found out that more women by far love that stuff.
Yeah.
Crime shows.
I think it's so fun. No, okay, it's not fun. It's very sad, but I think it's interesting to think how people's brains work. I don't know.
You like to be able to predict. Jeffrey Dahmer, 17 people.
A new show.
Did he have to eat them?
A new show came out.
A new Dahmer show?
Yeah, it's called Dahmer.
Isn't it with Evan?
Evan Peters.
Yeah, he looks like Dahmer naturally.
Yeah.
That looks pretty good. You want to watch it?
I don't know. Maybe.
What were your greatest achievements and disappointments in the last year?
Being able to make money.
That's an achievement?
By like doing it myself.
Yeah.
Having a job and being able to pay for something on my own. I pay for my own car, and I think that's very cool.
Yeah, that is very cool. Gives you a sense of accomplishment.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you were freaking out?
Yeah.
Before you went to work? You're like, I don't want to grow up. I don't want to do it. It's like, it sucks. It seems like being an adult sucks.
I'm ready now.
You are, huh? What was the difference? What changed your scales?
I don't know. I didn't know how it was gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
Having a job,
mm-hmm.
having more responsibility, and now that I do all this normally now,
yeah,
it's like something I just do.
Right.
I go to work, I pay for my car, I pay for gas and all this other stuff. It's just normal now.
It's like when you project yourself into the future and then you have that unknown.
Yeah.
Then of course, yeah. But yeah, just live in the now and just do it. So now you know what you're capable of. Now you're like, I want it all. Mm-hmm. That's wild. I swear, I think it was like, I feel like I didn't see you for like 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. There was a time when I had COVID back to back, and like, you guys had COVID at the same time I did the first time. But I feel like there was like this gap where I hadn't seen you for a while. And then you were there and you had a boyfriend and a car and a job. And I was like, what the hell happened? I was like, wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? And I don't know if you remember, I told you you were the calmest that you had ever been. And I felt like you were more confident and comfortable with who you are as a human being, because I felt like you kind of like you started to find yourself, you know? And you're like, oh.
I think I definitely started to get past my I hate myself and everybody phase recently.
Yeah.
Like in the last few months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's good. Why do you think that is? What's contributed to that?
I'm on meds now. So,
That's hilarious. You're on meds.
I learned it's a bad way to think. I shouldn't hate myself. I'm me. And, like, it's like, you can't change everything. So, people can't be the way that you want them to be. They're gonna be themselves. I'm gonna be myself. It's just the way that things are. And I try to think like that. And I still definitely get those moments where I'm like, I hate who I am. Why am I like this? But it's like, I'm going to be me.
Right.
And I gotta accept that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Like, these are the cards I have been dealt. I might as well play them.
Yeah.
That's good. Tell me, what's the biggest thing that you've learned being in a relationship with somebody?
I don't know. I think Riley helped me realize that people don't suck. Because do you remember whenever I would tell you, like, people can't fall in love?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Right.
I don't know. I learned that I can care for somebody else. So.
It's wild.
Yeah.
What brings that connection?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I really thought that I was going to be on my own.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah.
And I was okay with that. But.
Yeah. It probably didn't help that the last 5 years I was like, yeah, love is a social construct. I agree with you.
Yeah.
But like, don't believe the hype. They say they love you until they don't. And then they'll take everything away and beat you over the head with it. So maybe, maybe I didn't help out. But no, love is a powerful thing. It really is. I dare say it makes the world go round.
It's like, no offense to you, but the divorce made me think every marriage and every relationship is not real.
Yeah.
Maybe it is. Maybe some people are in love. I think I'm in love.
You are?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't come out of that relationship like with a positive frame of mind.
Yeah.
But I feel like I have a more positive frame of mind now. I think you're incredible.
Aw. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I beat you up over feminism. Do research. That's all I'm saying. Just do the research. Things aren't as bad as they seem. That's all I'm saying. Things are not perfect, but I no matter what. But I assure you, they're not as bad as people make it out to be. And coming from a pessimist, that should mean a lot to you. I'm glad you're in love.
Me too.
And
it's a good feeling.
Yeah. I'm about to pee myself, and it's been an hour, so you want to wrap it up?
Oh, sure.
Okay, we'll wrap it up. So thank you for spending the time with me. We'll do it again in 6 months and see where you're at and what's going on.
Yeah.
And we won't talk about feminism or that stuff. We'll leave the political out of it.
Good idea.
All right, I love you.
Love you.
And for everybody out there, love one another and love yourself. Have a good night.
Watching.
Oh, here, you want to talk to your friends for a minute while I go pee?
Oh, what? Okay. I guess so. Hi. My dad hates women. And and he doesn't believe in their rights. I think that everybody should know that. I don't know who's watching. It says that there's only 2. Is it just Riley? Hi, Riley. I wouldn't be a very good streamer. I tried it out. Oh, this is the camera. I wouldn't be a very good streamer. I just lost my train of thought. What the fuck was I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, I did it for a while. And just like right now, I was really awkward, not very good. So, won't do that again. And I don't like the fact that people can see me and know that I exist. You know? I look really pale on here. I don't know what to say. He left me with this, with this responsibility to be entertaining, and I'm just not that. I mean, sometimes. I think I can be a little bit funny. Just a little bit. Do you like my makeup? Yeah. Anyways, Riley, if you're still watching, you're really cool. I love you. Mwah. My braces are making it harder, so I can't do the chat face. I don't want to be on here anymore. I don't want to be on here. Well, how do I? We're gonna figure this out. Okay. Bye.